one thing that I want to tell you guys, all right, because I see this happen all the time, is all of a sudden, big announcement, a content creator who's incredibly prominent and who everyone apparently likes, even though I don't know who the fuck they are, is quitting. They're retiring. They're giving up. They're throwing in the towel, right? And every time I start reading the responses to the retirement announcement or the quitting announcement, it's, oh, boo-hoo. Oh, this person, they worked so hard, and they, you know, they're so unfair how they were treated, and yada, yada, yada. And I read the nonsense, and I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, are you fucking shitting me? Them? They were treated badly. Them. I'm sorry, you know, I'm probably the one guy who sits back, all right, and I see this crap happening, and I'm like, I have the one rare perspective out of all these other people who this happens. And by the way, this is, yes, obviously I'm saying this in regards to one thing that was virally popular yesterday on Twitter, but this is not in regards to just one particular person. I've seen this happen time and time again over the years. I have a, you know, all this popularity on YouTube or on Twitter, and I'm giving up all of that. Why? Oh, because I said something stupid and I basically was like canceled, right? I said something dumb, or I said something that was unintelligent, or maybe I didn't think it through, or I said it in a bad way, and I was canceled. So because of that, I can't handle it. I can't handle the pressure, man. I'm giving up, or I'm crapping out, or in the case of some content creators, right? Let's be honest here. Take a look. Again, I know I bring them up all the time, and this is actually not going to be a negative way this time around, but PewDiePie. This is a guy who, for many years, was seen as the prominent face of video game content creation. Whether or not he deserved that mantle or even wanted it, obviously is up for debate. I personally feel that maybe he was railroaded a lot of times to be the scapegoat for stuff. Although at the same time, yes, him acting irresponsibly absolutely did hurt a lot of gaming content creators in the big picture. Okay? Just so you know. That's my opinion. But anyway, when he basically got thrown under the bus, okay, for saying the N-word in his content. Outright. It wasn't like, oh, I accidentally said it, didn't mean to say, I was saying something else. He literally was saying it as it was intended to be said. And people were like, why the fuck would you ever use that word? Are you out of your mind? And then basically he got canceled. What happened to PewDiePie? Well, all his YouTube shows got canceled. He had Scare PewDiePie, and he had other content that was en route. He had a contract with Disney. All that shit got canceled. They just done. Okay? So basically he had plans to be a big ass, big time producer of content. He was going to be involved in all this content, and because of the way he acted in that one video or that one stream, literally ruined all of that for him. All got destroyed. And you know he's angry about it, because it was like a year or two later, he was putting up posts and saying stuff in videos like, release Scare PewDiePie, I filmed the whole season, and I can't believe it's so masterful, it's great content, and no one will ever see it. It's crazy. He got, you know, because, now did PewDiePie get canceled? No. Because guess what? He continued to make content. But what did he do? He basically mixed it up. Instead of saying, I just want to do raw gameplay anymore, what did he do? He ended up veering out and doing daily news videos and commentaries and things like that, to the point where he basically had to diversify himself from just being the gaming content creator after that happened. And he was able to still be successful. I mean, the guy, let's be honest, the guy was such a huge content creator, it didn't destroy him, but in some ways, it basically prevented him from doing what you could tell he had passion for doing. He was so upset that the shows that he was working on were canceled, and that was where he wanted to go. He didn't want to just be a dude yelling at video games all day. He wanted to actually do other content, and he got canceled because of what he said in a video. Okay? So in that regard, this happens to many content creators where there's a scandal that breaks, okay? And they get canceled, and they throw in the towel, or they have to change up who they are or whatever. You know, and I see it all the time. And again, this is not in particular, I don't actually know the situations to every single person. But to me, I just find it so ironic, because I look at these people, oh, I have 1 million subs on YouTube, and every video I put out gets hundreds of thousands of views. So by the way, as someone who used to get hundreds of thousands of views on his videos, all right, I can tell you it's big money. The ad revenue alone, all right? When you're getting hundreds of thousands of views on a video, the ad revenue alone on each video is tremendous. And then on top of that, when you're that large, you're getting sponsorship opportunities, you're getting all kinds of stuff on the back end, you're getting tons of money. So this is not a situation where it's like, oh, I say something dumb once and that's the end of it for me. These people, when you get to that level of popularity, you are insulated from being canceled. Not to say that being canceled can't destroy your overwhelming popularity, but what would happen is you'd basically be downsized to the point where your hardcore fan base is what you have left, and then you have to rebuild from scratch if you really did something stupid, okay? Some of the things that I see people get canceled for these days, I don't even understand. I'm like, what? Like, this is the reason? Like, okay, the PewDiePie N-word thing, okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. But some of the shit, right? Some of the shit that I see is like, what? This is like the most innocuous bullshit. Like, what is this? And people literally had nothing to do. They're so, we have no lives. So because this is going to be the hot topic today, is that someone said something that we don't agree with, and we're going to twist it into something that maybe isn't even what was originally intended when they said it. But let's go ahead and, twist it into something so toxic and stupid that people will hate on this person, right? And by the way, how many times has that happened to me over the years? I couldn't even count anymore. Like, on a daily basis, what I say on this very stream gets twisted into something that it's not. I didn't say, I didn't obviously intend, but people do it every day to try to cancel Phil, right? Well, over the years that I've done this, I would say that there were quite a few times where people tried to cancel Phil. The earliest time was 2010 when I was on Blip TV. And I made very inappropriate, very hurtful, toxic Nazi jokes. I never should have done it. To this day now, I regret it. It was funny because back then, I was such a pig-headed, stubborn asshole. I was such a different person over 10 years ago that I thought that I did nothing wrong. Oh, Howard Stern made very similar jokes on his show, his radio show, and he didn't get into trouble for it. Why should I get into trouble for it for making this kind of content on the internet, right? Now I look back at that and I'm embarrassed at myself. I'm like, man, I was a fucking moron over 10 years ago. I was a complete idiot, an asshole. I shouldn't have said and done that stuff. I should have known better. I should be more respectful to people, right? Not everything should be the butt of a fucking joke. And I know that now, right? But back then I was an idiot. Back then everything was different. Back then the internet was the Wild West. No one really cared about what people said and did. Everything was a joke. There really was no cancel culture, which is what's weird is back in 2010, I got canceled. I did. I got kicked off of Blip TV. Within being there a month and a half, Blip said, you're out of here. We're kicking you out of our business. Go. You're done. All right? And I was pissed. Rightfully so. They were actually in talks with me at the time to make me one of the biggest prominent content creators on their business. I was top 3. The top 3 content creators on Blip at the time was Nostalgia Critic, Angry Joe, and me. We were the top 3. And I was only there for a month. And I was top 3. Okay? So they were actually setting up meetings. I was supposed to have a telephone meeting with them with upper management to talk about the future, how they were going to promote my content, how we were going to work as a partnership to try to grow Blip. And then they canceled me and kicked me off the site. Okay? Interesting, right? So that was the first time. The second time I got canceled was when I played the Metal Gear Solid games and I basically crapped on Hideo Kojima constantly as a running joke. It wasn't meant to be serious, but there are people out there that are such insane, obsessed fans of Hideo Kojima, they took me as being serious and basically tried to cancel me by making every single game I played a "this is how you don't play" montage video. And at that point, it became virally popular to not watch Phil's content and laugh at him and enjoy it, but to steal Phil's content, make an edited montage of him sucking at games, and being as toxic as possible to Phil to get popular for yourself. You see? So there's different things. Oh, listen, I made a montage of a content creator. I didn't get the permission to do it, but it's free advertising for the content creator. Fine. But when people, like literally thousands of people, stop watching that content creator to watch your toxic stuff you stole and they don't benefit from it, that's theft. And that's what was happening to me, is I was seeing people who used to enjoy my content leave and go to toxic circles of people. Content creators who literally all they did was toxic negative junk on YouTube to tear me down. They were becoming popular on my behalf. They were stealing my shit, and that's how they were being popular, you see? Now, admittedly, I could have definitely reacted to This Is How You Don't Play in a very different way. That would have not been so bad. But there's no guidelines of how to be a content creator. There's no textbook. Here's how you do it. It was all just going through it and living through it for the very first time. I mean, in a lot of ways, I was the case. If you look at my history of content creation and the mistakes that I made over the years, there was no right or wrong way. There was no way to learn from anyone else because no one else had been through it yet. I was the first guy going through all this shit, you see? So in regards to that, definitely 100%, I know that I could have reacted better to This Is How You Don't Play. And that's really what the beginning of the hate movement against DSP and DSP gaming started. It was those videos. And that was another time where, oh, cancel Phil, you know, because he's a garbage content creator. Look, he doesn't put any effort into his content. All he does is insult game creators and blah, 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 blah. Right? You know, you can fast forward again to 2016 and the incident where basically because of a very stupid thing that I did on a stream, people tried to basically say that Phil should be banned from the internet and shit like that. That certainly didn't go according to plan for what they wanted to do. It completely backfired in that regard. Okay? Mostly because at that time, I did actually learn how to react to that kind of shit when it happened. I had already gone through it multiple times, and seeing how it went through multiple times, right? I was able to ride that wave of negativity and actually spin it into some positivity for myself, which was a good thing, right? Then I would say the next time that someone tried to see what I mean? This has happened to me how many times over the years? How many times, right? 2018. In 2018, okay, Kat had just recently moved in with me. We weren't married yet, but she just recently moved in with me. And we had made plans to do what was called a staycation, where we were going to go to Seattle. And we were going to spend some time together in Seattle in a hotel. We were going to do various things while we were there. I didn't tell anyone what we were doing because I was afraid that at that point, literally the stalking online had gotten so bad, people were taking pictures of me walking through my local mall and posting them on the internet. It was creepy fucking shit that was going on. So I did this staycation where I didn't say what I was going to do, but we actually went to Seattle. And we had all these events planned. We were going to go to the Space Needle. We were going to do this. We were going to do that. And basically, in a nutshell, all right, in a nutshell, while we were on this trip to Seattle, everything went wrong. Everything. Every plan that we had fell through. You know, Kat was sick while we were there, so it sucked. We had plans to park a certain place, ended up didn't work out. We had to walk, and our feet were killing us the whole trip. We go to the fucking Space Needle. The Space Needle was under renovations. So we couldn't even do... You see what I'm saying? Like, it was a million things going on that just... It compounded into the worst case scenario for us. All this time and money that I had planned and invested in doing this nice trip for us, it was... basically, the trip sucked. It was a kind of a waste of time. Okay? So while that was happening, at that time, all right... There was games basically coming out that week. And people were like, well, Phil, you're not going to be here this week to play these games now. But did you know that there's other content creators who got these games early and are playing them right now on Twitch? And there's a couple that are getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views. And I'm watching and look, this guy just got like $1,000 tip playing this new game. And what do you think about that? What do you think about people getting games early and being able to play them exclusively on the internet, and then everyone going and watching their content and then making ridiculous amounts of money off of the fact that they were the chosen few who get a game early? All right, and I remember I made a tweet on my timeline. This wasn't like I went out there on someone else's timeline or I was making giant videos and crap all about this. But basically what I said was, And this was about, I think the name of the game was State of Decay 2. I think that's the game it was. Okay, and I think State of Decay 2, that game's a piece of dog shit, right? At the time, no one knew that. No one knew it was going to be a piece of dog shit. Okay? So I had made a post on my Twitter, and it was something to the effect, and again, this is me paraphrasing and trying to remember 3.5 years ago, but I think it was something to the effect of, hey guys, listen, I know I'm not here right now to play the game, and I heard that there's a lot of people who are getting to play it early. These people are shills. These people are getting the game early to promote it because they're getting paid to do so. This is not real content. This is actual free paid advertisement. You have to understand that that's what it is. Don't take that as legitimate gameplay. I will be here on Friday to play the game with you guys and show you exactly what it is, because when I do playthroughs, they're honest. I'm going to give you my honest opinions if the game is good or bad or whatever. Right now, anyone who's playing this game early likely is a paid shill, and you got to be skeptical of the kind of content that they're putting out. I wouldn't trust it. I'll be here on Friday to play it myself. That's paraphrased, okay? And basically, what happened was I got attacked by not just a few people, not just my haters, actual, big-time content creators. Blue check marks on Twitter, who have 1 million, 2 million subs on YouTube, who are some of the biggest live streamers on Twitch, actually responded to my tweet and attacked, even though I hadn't mentioned a single one of them. No names were mentioned in my tweet or anything like that. They actually attacked me and said things to the effect of, oh, DSP is an old grumpy man. This kind of attitude is why he'll never make it big and blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at him. He's such a toxic idiot. Why would anyone pay attention to what he has to say? The funniest part about it is, I was right. I was absolutely right. If you now look back in history, State of Decay 2 was a piece of shit. The game sucked ass. It was not even nearly as good as State of Decay 1. The game ripped features out of the game that made State of Decay 1 great. They added in new features that didn't add anything. The gameplay mechanics sucked. The graphics sucked. The game was full of bugs. The game was actually a piece of garbage. And the people who fucking were paid to advertise it early in the week were paid shills. In fact, after my tweet, a few people, not a lot, but a few people actually responded back to some of the content creators who had been criticizing me and said, gee, isn't it funny that you're playing the game, but you're not giving your opinion on the game, right? One of them actually hit back, which I couldn't believe they did. I mean, talk about stupid, and said, oh, well, legally, I'm not able to give you any opinion on the game yet because of the review embargo. But once the review embargo lifts later this week, then I can give you my opinions on the game. So literally, the person admitted publicly, everything I'm putting out is a paid advertisement. Everything is a paid advertisement until the game officially releases. Then I can be a real person again. But literally, if you watch my content, before then, I'm paid to basically kiss the game's butt. They literally admitted it, in other words, but they literally admitted everything that I had said in my tweet was true. But they were trying to cancel me. They had thousands of people were retweeting and shitting on my tweet, saying, oh, look at this guy. He doesn't understand how the industry works. He's mad. This was the best one. He's just mad, okay, because he can't get this sponsorship opportunity. That's what a lot of people were saying. He's just angry and upset because he doesn't get that. Look, he's some little small-time content creator, so that's why he says shit like that. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to explain something to you. I very, very, very much could have been just like those people. I could have. Over the years, I was offered many opportunities. I know how to play the game. You want to know what you do? Well, you get yourself a blue check mark, you get yourself a certain number of subscribers and followers on YouTube, and then you immediately start sending out feelers to the PR departments of the gaming companies. And you say, hey, look, I'm a content creator. I get this kind of reach. Hey, if you give me a free game, I'll do this, I'll do that. I'd like to work with you. And you get in on their PR departments. And next thing you know, you're getting games for free. You're getting invited to events. You're getting all this stuff. That's why you guys may see content creators out there who are much smaller than me, who actually get paid promotions, who actually get the games early or for free. People say to me all the time, why didn't you do this? Why don't you get that when this content creator has it? Because I don't bother. I am different from them. I am someone who is here to play games at face value, to be honest with you and transparent with you every moment of the way. That's who I am as a content creator. That's who I've always been. I am not a paid shill. I refuse to play that game. I would be much more popular. I would have much more money if I played that game. I don't do that. Okay? I refuse. Excuse me. Now, the funny part was I was so attacked at the time, 2018. I had to backtrack the tweet and delete it. And basically I was like, listen, the reason that I really worded it that way was because I was on a vacation in Seattle that wasn't working out. It sucked. And I was kind of depressed about things that were going bad. And so I worded it in a way that was kind of not really offensive, but kind of like an attacking way towards people. And if I really want to say, I should, instead of attacking people, I should have said, well, guys, listen, I understand there's other people playing the games right now. That's one kind of content, but I'm going to do my own style on Friday when, you know, I'll be honest with you, come join Friday. If I just said it like that instead of attacking people and outright saying, hey, look, anyone who's playing this game early is a paid shill. So fuck all them, come watch me on Friday. Then people probably wouldn't have been offended, right? But people were offended because of the way I said it. And I apologized for it and I deleted the tweet. I was still right. Like, the thing is, after that week, 2 weeks had passed and everyone saw State of Decay 2 was a piece of shit. And literally people had bought the game as a result of seeing those advanced streams that basically made the game look good because the people were not allowed to criticize the game because of a review embargo. I was right 100 bajillion%. There was nothing that I said was wrong, but everyone wanted to try to railroad me at that time, right? So that was another time. Now, you know, again, many times these idiots try to do this to me over and over. They're morons, you know. Let's cancel Phil. But anyway, that's just a brief history of people trying to cancel me on the internet over the 13 years I've been a content creator. There's been many more times. Okay? So all that going on, I see people much larger than me, much more successful than me, much more virally popular than me. Why? I couldn't tell you. Again, sometimes I watch the content these people put out and I shake my head like I have no fucking idea why anyone ever watched this. But that's my opinion. I'm one person. There's certainly many billions of other people on the planet who have different opinions than me that probably like certain stuff that I don't, right? There you go. And then I see that, like, I give up. I can't take it. You know, people have spun it in a way where they're making me the villain. They're saying that I'm bad and my content is bad. And even though I have like over 1 million subs on YouTube and I'm still making hundreds of thousands of views a video and I'm still rolling in money, oh, I can't take it anymore. I can't take the criticism. I can't take this. I can't take that. The stress. Oh, the stress got to you, huh? The stress. Look at me. Look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face. Okay. Now that I've haunted your nightmares for the rest of your life, the point I'm making is the stress, huh? No, here's the truth. I am actually very impressed with the fact that there's people out there who have put up with the shit similar to what I have and have not given up. Because with the crap that I've gone through over the years, man, you guys have no idea. You know what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I make you aware of. All right? There is a whole other realm of shit. A whole dimension of stuff you guys have no idea is happening behind the scenes. Stuff people have done. You know, and some of this stuff has actually leaked through that you guys did hear about. For example, when Kat and I got married, people actually went and tried to file divorce on our behalf. We weren't involved, but they actually tried to, like, contact a legal place and say, oh, they want to file for divorce. They actually tried to get legal papers pushed through to get us to divorce without us being involved. Huh? I know. We were like, what? Oh, I know. It doesn't make any sense, does it? But this is one of, you know what I'm saying? Huh? But this is what I mean. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just, if you think that's, wow, that's ridiculous. I can't believe that's going too far. No, that's like the lowest level thing that's happened. Seriously. That's like on the totem pole of fucked up things that people have done to me and my family as a result of me being a content creator on the internet and saying, oh, fuck Hideo Kojima, or, you know, various other things that have happened over the years. That's like down here, silly level. You have no clue what's up here. You don't want to know what's up here. Shit that would scare you for life. You know, seriously. Bad. Stuff that you wouldn't even know is feasible or possible has happened, okay? And that's why I don't talk about it. Because if I talked about it, it would give it attention. If you give it attention, people think, oh, look at that. I got attention for the fucked up things that I did. Let me do more. You see? You don't. When shit like that happens, you basically just, you got to move on with your life. And listen, there's been a lot of times with the shit that's happened to me and my family that I've said, is it time to throw in the towel? I've actually probably about 4 different times in the 13 years that I've been a content creator, I sat down and I seriously looked at the situation in my life and I was like, is it time? Because, man, you know, here we go again. Here it is, another fucked up thing, another thing that's so serious and I can't believe it's happening, but it's happening. And how do I get through it? And once I'm through it, is it worth it to continue? Or is this the time when I give up? And say it ain't worth it, you know? Hold on 1 second, because it's actually, I want to open my window a little more and maybe even turn on the fan. Yeah, warm. I've been talking for so long. Turn this on low for now. Whew, yeah. So anyway, you know, it's just so crazy, living this life for as long as I have, that to me, okay, to give you some perspective, some of the stuff that's happened to me just recently, all right, I've had people who are not involved with the internet community. They don't watch, you know, YouTubers. They don't watch live streamers. They have nothing to do with any of that. And even they are aware of some of the fucked up things that have happened to me. And they said to me personally, you know, are you okay? Like, seriously, are you all right? With the level of shit now, how bad it's gotten, are you good? We see it from an outsider's perspective. We're not involved in the toxicity of the internet. We just see from the outside someone being treated like this. And, you know, how do you just brush it off? You know, when something like that serious happens to you, that bad, how do you just say, it's fine, and keep going? Because it's one thing, okay, there's one thing, wait, there's another thing, oh God, now there's, oh fuck, I'm like covered in spiders, what the fuck is, oh my God, you know, it just gets to the point where it just keeps happening and keeps piling on. At some point, does it break you down psychologically, or does it break you down to the point where you're afraid that there's something that maybe you won't be able to fix, right? Very well, one day that might happen, all right? Very well. I cannot promise you guys that something might not happen to the point where I do have to quit. What I would like to say is I've been through pretty much, at this point, almost every possible thing that could happen. Okay, I've been really through the ringer with a level of stuff that's happened to me. And at this point, I would like to come out and publicly say, oh, listen, guys, I am not going to allow myself to be canceled. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing forward. Your level of support, your level of backing has shown me over the years that it doesn't matter what people say about me or how people treat me. How many people betray me? Because, man, there have been people that I trusted, you know, some people who I was close with, who over the years, you know, I thought were my friends, or at least a semblance of a friend, the closest that I could probably get with the kind of lifestyle that I was living, who literally just threw it all away. Fuck it. Fuck Phil. You know, they just didn't care. And, you know, it really gets crushing after it happens once, and then again, and then again, and then again. It's like, is this just gonna be history endlessly repeating itself? You know? And I look at the situations that my life and everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. For me, like, I just want to tell you, if I quit doing this, if I quit being a content creator, it's going to be because I actively make the decision. All right? It's not going to be because a mob of people out there told me it was time to go, or because I couldn't take the pressure of criticism, or someone tried to cancel me and fuck off. You know, for me, again, that's always been my motivation in life, is when someone tells me you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not, you don't have what it takes. I look them in the eye and I say, no, I'm going to use all that vitriol, that hatred, that toxicity, all the times you told me I couldn't do something, I'm going to use that to fuel myself, to keep going, and to show you wrong, to prove you wrong.